So The Boy and The Heron is a movie by Miyazaki, which I've really been excited for most of the year since I saw the trailer. I'm a big Miyazaki fan. I saw My Neighbor Totoro actually not too long ago. Of course, Spirited Away and Kiki's Delivery Service, which is a movie I really love. The special thing about this one is that it'll be my first Miyazaki movie I actually saw in a movie theater. Did it live up to the expectations that I had for it? Let's find out. The Boy and the Heron is absolutely beautiful. The animation is classic Miyazaki. The thing about Miyazaki that I've always loved is all the little details that you'll see in every single frame. Everything in the frame is kinetic. It moves. There's little details such as even like bird poop that is exciting to look at because of the way that it's played. The opening scene where there's fire involved and the way that the fire just caresses the characters' faces. It's an amazing accomplishment what Miyazaki has been able to do throughout his entire career of bringing his characters to life. You have little old ladies in this movie who are so adorable and cute. The way that they move is just so lively. It's almost like you're watching live action. Miyazaki spends a lot of time developing his look and has done that over the years. Like I mentioned before, I love My Neighbor Totoro. I love Spirited Away, although I haven't seen it in like 2 decades. I love Kiki's Delivery Service. The reason why I love a lot of those movies, of course, the stories themselves are great, but at the same time, they're just beautiful to look at. You can literally take any of Miyazaki's films, take a frame out, and probably put it on your wall as a piece of art. It's so engaging. Of course, it's Miyazaki. The voice cast in this movie is incredible. Now, I watched it dubbed, so my voice cast was Mark Hamill and Dave Bautista and Christian Bale and Florence Pugh and Willem Dafoe. All of these amazing performers lent their voice to this movie, and they were amazing at doing it. I was just so happy to be just engaged with some of those voices that I was familiar with. I can't even believe I almost forgot to mention Robert Pattinson as well, our resident Batman and Twilight dude. Like, his talent is way beyond those movies, even though I love the Batman. He is great in this film. So it was a treat hearing all these great voices that I was listening to throughout the film. Now, the story is where this review starts to take a turn. I was utterly confused by this movie after, I want to say, the first 15 minutes. Once we start getting into the nitty-gritty of the adventure of the movie, right? That's where I got lost. I was just watching, trying to grasp anything that could make sense to me so I could keep up with the story, and I could not. It felt incoherent. It felt like it was just a lot of incomplete thoughts. It would start going down the train of thought of one particular location, and all of a sudden, it felt like that sentence got cut off and we were doing something else. And that happened so much throughout the film that I stopped enjoying myself. I actually started nodding off a little bit. I had a friend who was with me who had to stand up and literally go to the other side of the theater to keep himself standing up so he could stay awake for the movie. Once something starts getting so disengaging, it's hard to sit somewhere for 2 hours in a place where you're not understanding anything that's going on. And that's really how I felt during the majority of the film. And I was so relieved when the movie was over because I just felt like I was in a place where people were speaking a different language and I just had to sit there with no end in sight. Although I love some of Miyazaki's previous work and I was really excited to watch my first Miyazaki movie in theater, I gotta say this one was a big letdown for me. I praise the animation and the voice acting, but at the end of the day, it's the story that matters to me, and it's how you tell a story that matters to me. And maybe other people were able to enjoy it. I'm super happy for you. I want you to continue to enjoy it. I'm not telling you what to think. I'm just telling you about my experience. And unfortunately, my experience is not one I could be happy about. So I'm going to give this movie 2 out of 5 sparks. I really love the animation. I really love knowing who's behind the voices. Like I said, if I can't understand the story and if it's just incoherent to me, then what exactly am I supposed to walk away with? What did you guys think of the movie? Let me know in the comments and I'll talk to you guys next time.